Hi crafty friend, it's Justine Dvorak from Stationery by Justine, where when I craft, my world stands still. Today I'm using these really fun DIY color deck images, and I'm using this one. I've made my own little squares on the side of light and dark colors, and we're going to make a gorgeous winter scene for a really wonderful die. I am really loving how cool and dramatic this die is, and I needed a snowy winter dark night background. So I went ahead and splattered like crazy a black piece of paper for my background. And this is all from Spellbinders and Yana. Her new collection is really cool, and this die is probably my favorite from her collection. She also has a great new registration template and some great dies as well. I will be posting a picture of the project I made with her registration template, but this video is going to focus on the Yana City Holiday die set. And that is what I'm using. You can see a building on the left here, and that's what it's going to end up looking like. It's so interesting. So for my snow, I'm using a glitter cardstock, and I'm going to add that to the bottom of my project to make sure that it is behind my building, so it looks like it is underneath, because it is the ground after all. Then I'm going to take this blue cardstock, and for whatever reason, it felt kind of flimsy. I'm not sure why, but I am going to take some foam behind it just to beef it up a little bit. I probably grabbed kind of some thin cardstock, I'm thinking. But the foam really helps add lots of dimension to the building and help it make it look even stronger and more realistic. So I'll just set that down on my project a little bit on the snow, but still on the ground. And I am centering it basically on the center of my project. Now this card is a 5x7 size, so it is an A7 size card. You could put this die on an A5 or an A2 size, which is 4 1/4 by 5.5. You could put this die on there, but I wanted all the extra little fun details, and to get all of that, I need space. So I went with a 5x7 size card for this project today. I wanted little extra trees on the bottom. I wanted room for my fun sentiment to go on my roof, which I will add later. I'm not going to show you every single piece of assembling this project because there are 6 windows and the process is basically the same for each window. And then this big window at the bottom is the 7th window. So I'm going to add this first. And this is going to be the scene where my Christmas tree is going to be in. A lot of my colors here are warm tones. So the colors inside the house, it kind of has that warm glow. So I have a yellow and an orange cardstock just to kind of show that warmth. Now I am going to snip the bottom off of one of the trees here, so it looks like the Christmas tree is inside the house. And that will just give that illusion there. There's going to be a piece on the bottom of the window to create the look of the window looking a little more substantial. I will decorate my tree later, but I did add a gold star with the gold mirror cardstock. And I'm going to decorate the outside of my window with these sashes and a bow. Now, pink is not really a Christmas color for most people, although I think that it looks nice for Christmas, pink and purple. And so I don't know, do you change your curtains for Christmas? I do not. My curtains are the same curtains all year round. So maybe people who like pink and purple live in this house or apartment building. That's what we're going to go with. All right, so my door is going to go on next. I have die cut out my door in white. This will kind of match the trim of the window, and I did pop it up to be a little bit higher than the ground of the apartment there. So the building die is etched. So you just have to place the pieces right on top of the etched areas. So it's not going to be right on the bottom of the building because there is a staircase as well. I did have an extra frame that I die cut out as I was kind of planning and playing around with the die pieces. So I did add an extra piece of trim around the door just for fun. You know, why not? If I had it die cut out, you might as well use it on a project. Then I have this glitter piece of cardstock for the stairs. I live in Minnesota, and when it snows, the snow does not, it falls everywhere. So it's going to be on the stairs. So we're going to do that on the card. Apparently no one shoveled yet at this apartment. All right. For the windows, there's the background piece for each window is going to be the same, but you can make your windows look different depending on what you want inside the window. So you can have this little blind, which looks like kind of like a pull down blind or a valance. You can have curtains that are hanging with no puckering. You could have a puckered curtain that kind of gathers on the side. It just depends on the look you're going for. You could even take acetate and put it behind that trim piece that I just added, so your windows have a glossy effect, or you could use glossy accents. Today I'm not doing that, but it's something that you could do on your project if you like shiny things on your cards, besides glitter cardstock. Now on the bottom of the windows, there is an extra piece to act for the window trim. So I added that before I put my little cat on this window. This die set does feature a cat and a dog. So if that is something that is interesting to you, you can add that to your projects. I think that the cat and the dog could be great for pet bereavement cards in the future. I could see a clean and simple card with that window and a cat and some kind of a sentiment saying, sorry for your loss, or goodbye, good friend, or something like that. And you could certainly give that to a loved one. Now, to dress up all the windows, you can add whatever you want on there, but I will do that off camera so you can see those 4 windows are all set. There is a roof piece that goes on the top of the building. I went with black. My snow is going to be a snow cap on top of that. To add dimension, I'm going to add foam to my snow. Snow is very heavy. And in Minnesota here, we usually do not have flat roofs because I've actually seen the Subway sandwich place by my house, or not by my house, by my old school building. The roof collapsed because the snow was so heavy. Don't worry, everyone was fine, but it does happen. So that's why we have pointed roofs in Minnesota, because the snow will melt off and fall off and not wreck your buildings. So just a little weird fact about Minnesota. We have those pointy roofs, but this one is super cute. I mean, it's not for all, but on an apartment building like this, there definitely would be some kind of a drainage. So this still is a realistic looking die for a winter area. Now this little dog and cat, I did die cut out with black paper, so it looks more like a silhouette of each critter. I liked the cat so much that I die cut out 3, but I just end up using 2 on this project. Now to add texture to the building and help it look extra cool, there's this little die that looks like bricks. And if you really wanted, you could put bricks everywhere on this die set. And I think that that would look so incredible. Although I am only going to put it in certain places where it looks just so thoughtfully placed, you know, and I'm adding lighter cardstock so these really will pop. Getting the whole rainbow basically on this Christmas card. There we go. Some of them are just single bricks. Some of them are lined up with another. In my opinion, as long as the bricks are not stacked on top of each other and perfectly aligned like 2 stacks of books, it's going to look really good. And I am cutting some of the bricks in half and snipping pieces off of each little piece because I want it to look like they are continuing off the project. And that's how bricks are on buildings too. They're not perfect, each little brick. My little dog is going to be a good little boy. He's hanging out outside in the snow. A lot of dogs in Minnesota either hate or love the snow, just like people. I know my friend has 2 pretty big dogs and they just love the snow. They don't even want to come in. They just want to play and frolic, and it is just the cutest thing. But some dogs don't even like going outside to use the restroom. So it just depends on the dog. But this little dog in my city holiday card is going to be enjoying the snow and looking at the pretty building. Maybe he's looking up at the cat going, "What are you doing?" All right, we're going to finish this card with a beautiful Better Press sentiment. Yana has great sentiments from this collection. They all have coordinating dies, which is so good. I'm going to press out with my Better Press this really skinny sentiment. So I'm going to take some scrap paper from my stash. It's a thicker cardstock, but it's not Better Press paper. And this is just another reminder that you don't have to use any specific ink or paper when you are Better Pressing. Depending on the result you want, you can change things up. So I wanted to use these new Lisa Horton inks that are just so bright and gorgeous. So I'm going to use a bright pink for my sentiment. Now I did want to make sure everything was nice and straight, so I am using the grid on my Better Press. You'll notice that my Better Press is looking very shiny because I do keep a piece of acetate on my Better Press just to help with easy cleanup. The Better Press ink I'm using is magenta, and that's from Dana and Spellbinders. Dana and Spellbinders. And it does wiggle around when I add the ink, but as long as I can just kind of position it with my die, it doesn't really matter if it's that straight for this situation. Then I'll take that over to my platinum and run it through off camera. I have the 8.5-inch platinum and it's huge. It just does not fit on my filming area. It has a very special place off to the side where I can easily run things through, like my Glimmer or my Better Press. Look how gorgeous that pink is. Oh, and that font choice together is just so good. That capital letters with the scripty jolly is wonderful. And look, that die cuts it out so perfectly. I love coordinating dies for sentiments like that because I don't have to sit and fussy cut it. And second of all, I probably wouldn't fussy cut it because I don't like that look. When I do it myself, it just never looks quite right. So I just make a rectangle. But this looks so perfect. I love dies that have, or I love Better Press sentiments that have coordinated dies. Friendly reminder, you can glimmer your Better Press sentiment. So if you prefer your sentiments shiny, that's an option as well. And that sentiment just looks like it's part of the snow, and I just love it. Now, I was given a whole bunch of pearls. Oh my, I probably have pearls for 20 years here, right here. They were sent to me from someone who gave them to me through Amazon. So they're available, I guess. They are not sticky on the back, but I added liquid glue to my tree and you can just put them on glue like I am here. And I'm using a pickup stick from Trinity to finish that off. Now, as I was playing with my embellishments, I thought, wouldn't it be cute to give the cat a shiny collar with a little gem? So I took a metallic paint pen and gave the cat a collar and added the tiniest rhinestone from my stash to this cat. And that will finish off this card. Let me know what you think about this one down below. Have you tried out any of the things that I've done in this video? I would love to know your opinions. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button if you liked or learned anything. and click the notification bell so you are notified when I go live or when I post a new video. Thank you again for watching. Goodbye.